got back there? Jackson, you stand right here. You come on over here, Layne. Jackson, right here. There you go. Okay. Lick your lips. You got some white on your lips. Good morning, Park Lane. This is Mrs. Strader broadcasting live from Park Lane Elementary. Today is Friday, March the 6th, 2020, and it's a B day for specials today. It's a B day. All right, boys and girls, today we have some special visitors that will be in the building. Our Board of Education and Central Office administrators are going to be here. They're just coming to see what's going on at Park Lane and all the great learning that's happening. So if you see Mrs. Strader walking around a little later here this morning with a group of people, hey, that's who that is. And we're just going to get in and out of as many classrooms as we can because, again, they want to see all the great learning that's happening here. Hey, today is a box top collection day, so hopefully you brought some box tops and turn those into your teacher. They'll send them down and we'll give you a top box top class next as soon as we get those counted up, and we'll let you know who brought in the most. Tomorrow morning there is a great opportunity. How many of you like the movie Beauty and the Beast, or the book you've read? Okay, well, the high school is putting on the musical Beauty and the Beast next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. But this weekend they are doing Breakfast with Belle. As you know, Belle is the main character in Beauty and the Beast. She's the beauty half of the main character, and she will be here along with other cast members from Beauty and the Beast for breakfast. So you can come here at Park Lane from 9 to 10:30 tomorrow. It's $5 and you get some donuts and fruit and drinks. And you will get to meet Belle and other cast members. You'll be able to get autographs. Let's see, the Beast will be here. Belle, Gaston, Lumiere, Cogsworth, etc. Okay, and a magical mirror. Okay, so make sure that you are here for that. It says, we even have the gray stuff. It is delicious. If you don't believe me, ask the dishes. Again, if you know that movie, you know what we're talking about. All right, boys and girls, thank you for dressing up for our Spirit Week yet again today. I see lots of kids in pajamas. If you forgot, that's okay. And you could have brought a stuffed animal. We're going to ask you to not bring the stuffed animals to lunch because there's just not going to be room. Or how are you going to carry your tray and your stuffed animal? And we don't want them to get stuff spilled on them. So let's leave your stuffed animals in the classrooms and not bring those to lunch today. Amar, what is for lunch today? Speaking of lunch.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni pizza? Yep, what else?
Corn subs sandwich.
Yep.
And bologna sandwich.
All right, very good. Mrs. Ray, hey, I know this is for this week. They can turn them in by Monday. Okay, boys and girls, if you've done the extra reading, you have until Monday. Remember, keep recording your minutes for the readathon. The readathon will run through Sunday in terms of the reading challenge and the money challenge. So hopefully you've been able to set up your page and you've been able to read some extra books and read some extra minutes. So again, that is all due on Monday, and we'll run that challenge through Sunday for the collecting money and the reading. All right, we got oh, I didn't say the weather, did I? Nolan, what's our weather like today?
Snowy.
Oh, goodness.
And cold.
Oh, my goodness. It wasn't snowing when I came in. Was it snowing when you came in?
I'm pretty sure it's raining.
Oh, it was kind of a mixture, rainy, snowing. All right. Hey, Jackson, happy birthday today. Or actually, your birthday was a few days ago, wasn't it? Or is it today?
It's today.
All right. Well, happy birthday. Look up there and tell them how old you are.
8.
And who's your teacher?
Mrs. Abbott.
All right. Happy birthday to you. We're glad you're here today. And then we've got Liam. Liam, yours was the one that was a couple days ago. Liam, when was your birthday?
March 4th.
March the 4th. Okay, how old are you now?
7.
And who's your teacher?
Mrs. Rogers.
All right, happy belated birthday to you. All right, thank you for joining us on another edition of the Park Lane News. Have a great day. Remember, we're all here too.
Hello.
All right, let's stand together. Hey, turn around and face the flag. Hey. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag
I do.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, please remain standing for the Tecumseh School Pledge. Today is a new day. I am the best student I can be. I do my best schoolwork. I respect others. I play fairly. I am proud of all I do and say. All right, boys and girls, we have our guest reader this morning, so if you guys will go ahead and have a seat there. And our guest reader is none other than Mr. Gruber. Come on in, Mr. Gruber.
Hey, friends.
If I Ran the Zoo. Woo!
All right, so today we're going to read If I Ran the Zoo by Dr. Seuss. It's a pretty good zoo, said young Gerald McGrew, and the fellow who runs it seems proud of it too. But if I ran the zoo, said young Gerald McGrew, I'd make a few changes. That's just what I'd do. The lions and tigers, so I'd open each cage, I'd unlock every pen, let the animals go, and start over again. And somehow or other, I think I could find some beasts of a much more unusual kind. A 4-footed lion's not much of a beast. The one in my zoo will have 10 feet at least. 5 legs on the left and 5 legs on the right. Then people will stare and they'll say, what a sight. This zookeeper, new keeper Gerald's quite keen. That's the gold darnest lion I have ever seen. My new zoo McGrew Zoo will make people talk. My new zoo McGrew Zoo will make people gawk at the strangest odd creatures that ever did walk. I'll get for my zoo a new sort of hen who roosts in another hen's top knot, and then another one roosts in the top knot of his, and another in his, and another in his, and so forth and upward and onward. Gee whiz. But that's just a start. I'll do better than that. They'll see me next day in my zookeeper's hat, coming into my zoo with an elephant cat. They'll be so surprised they'll all swallow their gum. They'll ask when they see my strange animals come, where do you suppose he gets things like that from? His animals all have such very odd faces. I'll bet he must hunt them in rather odd places. I'll capture one tiny, I'll capture one cute. I'll capture a deer that no hunter would shoot. A deer that's so nice he could sleep in your bed, if it weren't for those horns that he has on his head. And speaking of horns that are just a bit queer, I'll bring back a very odd family of deer. A father, a mother, 2 sisters, a brother, whose horns are connected from one to the other, whose horns are so mixed they can't tell them apart, can't tell where they end, can't tell where they start. Each deer's mighty puzzled he's never yet found if his horns are hers or the other way round. In the far western part of southeastern North Dakota lives a very fine animal called the iota, but I'll capture one who is even much finer in the northeastern west part of South Carolina. When people see him, they will say, now by thunder, this new zoo McGrew Zoo is really a wonder. I'll bag a big bug who's very surprising, a feller who has a propeller for rising and zooming around making cross-country hops from Texas to Boston in only 2 stops. Now that sort of thing for a bug is just tops. I'll go to the faraway mountain of Topsk near the river of Nopsk, and I'll bring back an Opsk, a sort of a kind of a thingamabobsk, who only eats rhubarb and corn on the Kopsk. Then people will flock to my zoo in a Mopsk. McGrew, they will say, does a wonderful jobsk. He hunts with such vim and he hunts with such vigor. His new zoo, McGrew Zoo, gets bigger and bigger. I'll hunt in the hungles of Hippo no Hungus and bring back a flock of wild Bippo no Bungus. The Bippo no Bungus from Hippo no Hungus are better than those down in Dippo no Dungus, and smarter than those out in Nippo no Nungus, and that's why I'll catch them in Hippo no Hungus, instead of those others in Nungus and Dungus, and people will see when they say, Bip's bounding, this zoo keeps new keeper is simply astounding. He travels so far that you'd think he would drop. What do you suppose this young fellow will stop? Wow, they'll all cheer. What this zoo must be worth, it's the gold darnest zoo on the face of the earth. Yes, that's what I'd do, said young Gerald McGrew. I'd make a few changes if I ran the zoo. Thanks, friends.
Right.